focused. He's very happy with that new tip that's on the cue. This could be a cracker, and this Crucible crowd could be in for a treat.
Thanks, Mark. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
So Mark Selby,
frame 6.
catch up for the first time.
Mark Selby to break.
8 frames played in this session, another 3 to go.
Good length for the break-off shot, but I think they're finding it difficult to get over behind the yellow or the green if you break off from the other side, because he couldn't have done much better than that. Oh, that's a good return. And tucked up on the cushion to get the white back there. It was excellent.
Yeah, seen it.
Jan Haas having a really good look to make sure he knows where the cue ball is going to be replaced. He can get through that gap between the yellow and blue. Oh, he's playing the other one. He can hit this one very thin. Surely the knot's going to be close, isn't it?
Oh.
Is that close now?
Yeah,
John Higgins full.
Must be a Leicester thing, Willie. Well spotted. He needed to hit it a lot thinner than that, but I mean, I didn't think he could hit it that thick. You know, when we seen the shot. Once again, Jan Haas just having a look, just in case he was to miss the reds. And that black has gone in an awkward spot to get the safety shot down that right side of the table. Get past the single red, he might get a thin enough contact to miss the black and get back up. I thought the left side of the table was cut off, but it's not. Yeah, but that needs a thin one as well. Or he could go in off. John Higgins more or less just tapping the table there because he's cut off the escape route down the left side. So once again, finish contact to avoid that black. I mean, there hasn't been a great deal of tactical play so far, but I mean, watching these players play safety is it's an art in itself and can be very, very enjoyable. Nice to see the big breaks like the 141, but also nice to see who is going to make the first mistake in the tactical exchange. It's terrific stuff at the moment, isn't it?
I mean, three shots on the trot within 2 inches of the baulk cushion. John Higgins will do awfully well to find the baulk cushion off this. John just tapping his chalk on the table there to appreciate the good shot. I don't see how John can get back to baulk here, so he'll either play the red that's just the right of the pink and try and leave the white in the jaws of this black pocket here in the corner. Or he may just rest into the side of the pack. Looking at doing that. He's playing 2 cushions to try and hit these 2 reds that are nearest the black spot from behind, but doesn't want to drift by them.
Might as well have stayed at the table because the white's going to be back in a similar position. That is the same shot available to him. He might play exactly the same shot again. No, he's spotted one that he can get back down off yet. There is 2 reds behind the pink, the right hand one. He can find the gap. Back down off that one. Great stuff to watch this. It really is.
Won't have too much chance of getting behind the baulk cut off this particular shot. And now he's pushed the red towards the corner, but it's covered by the black. So this could be a long frame now.
Just wondering if he can get through to it, will he? It's tight, but I think he can just get to the potting angle, but he's going to cannon the black as well, so difficult to know what's going to happen here. We'll find out very shortly. We've no idea what was going to happen to them there.
1.
Yes, he must have thought he was hitting the black thinner than he was, but the fact that he hit the black quarter ball meant the cue ball wasn't able to travel back up the table. It was all fair, red first.
Yellow ball.
Yeah,
John
just
Higgins.
to clear that up, if it's a split ball, if you hit them both at the same time, it's a foul shot. But he wouldn't have potted the red had he have hit the black first.
Mark Selby can see the one that's below the pink to the left there. He can hit that one thin, but he's worried about pushing one of those 2 reds he'd be cannon into towards the corner pocket. It's got to be as thin as you like, this one. So he's just coming around to see what's going to happen to the red when he plants it onto those two reds, and that's what he's worried about, knocking that third red that's in a line. But I don't think he can go right over the pocket. But he's decided on an alternative.
I think what Mark Selby's doing here, he's just shutting up shop for the time being after John Higgins made that break of 141 and then the 63. The session with Ding Junhui on the second last session played for 18 minutes with some brilliant safety play, and then Mark knocked in a 128, I think it was. Fascinating to see who's going to make the first mistake here.
This is one of the hardest shots in the game when the object ball is near a cushion. Very, very easy to hit these thick. But he's played it nicely. If he misses the kiss on the brown, it's another excellent safety shot. Some brilliant safety in this frame.
Well, as you can see, John well ahead in the safety success department. All avenues back down the table seem to be blocked off. Has that drifted slightly? Or did he get a little bit of unwanted side on it?
John Higgins
left the red on. Little pot and he can get on the back. Let's have a look at this now. Well, he's indicating with the cue there that it just drifted slightly to the right.
Saying, wow, that's an 1.5 inch roll off, he felt.
I mean, the tables have been playing beautifully and running perfectly straight. It's such a fine art. Yeah, he did. He nearly gave the referee a crack with the cue there. Oh, that's not the kiss that he wanted.
8.
Don't think there's a plant on. He was looking for a better contact on the red when he dropped the black in there. See, the pink would have been perfect to cannon into there, but with the extension on, he didn't quite get enough side on it, so looks like it's just a safety. Which Mark Selby will be delighted about, because he did feel that the cue ball drifted slightly there. He hasn't potted the ball, I think, for nearly 20 minutes.
John Higgins, 8.
Another excellent safety shot. Virtually snookered on all reds. Can see the red over the left-hand corner, but can't see it enough to pot it. Now, with the table drifting that way a little bit, he may be able to see it to pot it, but obviously surely can't take this on. You'd have to play with a vast amount of topspin here to straighten the white up off the second cushion, otherwise you'll career into the pack. So you'd have to play this firm if you was going to play the pot. That did surprise me, the pace he played it. Perhaps he really worked it out as a shot to nothing.
It's pretty tight, but John feels that this one will pot. Okay, he's heading up the table, but he feels that this one will pass the other. Well, it clearly does. And it's there. There's not a lot available to him at the moment. There's only one easy red to the right of the pink. The rest are all pretty awkward. That might not be awkward after this shot. That's brought the black into play.
6. Seven.
Not going to be easy to get to that 72 points that he needs.
13.
It's amazing, you can hear a pin drop in the crucible at the moment. Brilliant atmosphere.
Okay. 14.
I think he's got an angle here to bring a few reds into play. No, took his eye off the pot. Took his eye off the pot.
John Higgins, 14.
And there's a red on, and Mike might be able to cannon into the reds, open them all up, and possibly finish on the black. As we show you this shot from John, put most of the concentration into the cue ball and forgot the pot. Now this is a key shot. This will certainly open everything up. If he doesn't finish on the black, he could run through for the pink or blue, but it will open all the reds up, you'd feel. Wow. That's not what he intended.
1.
He didn't think he was going to knock one red out there, will he?
I must admit, I thought he'd bring 3 or 4 out, and maybe perhaps should have took the second choice you mentioned, Dennis, forcing through the pack to get on pink or blue. He's now forced him to play in the blue. He's cued beautifully so far in this tournament. He's not been behind very often, so there's a little bit more pressure on this blue. Yeah, a little bit more pressure than that, and in fairness, didn't hit the white good, did he? He's playing a hold for the middle pocket.
This is a bit of a free shot for John. He can screw back for the pink. The only red he could leave is the one he's attempting to pot. And it's there.
One.
Okay, the wrong side of the pink, but what a shot this would be, to go right round the angles, avoid all those colours, and there's a red next to the black. As we show you this very good longish pot, the extension on the cue, but watch this shot. He might drop on the red that's to the right of the black. Here it comes. Has he got enough pace? There's the one at the top of the little triangle pot.
7.
If it, yeah, it pots also, so just didn't quite hit it hard enough to be perfect. These long matches, 4 sessions is always nice. If you can get
14.
4 frames on the board, you know you can't be behind going into the second session.
15.
Yeah, great point that, Dennis, because I think Mark Selby's only lost 1 session. I think that was during his match against Ding where he lost 5-3. Thing is, if your bad session is only going to be 5-3, there's no real problem over this distance, because there's a slight chance now that John Higgins could possibly win the session 6-2, then that could be a problem. So very important. This frame's not over yet by a long means, but Mark Selby has to win at least one of the remaining 2 frames of the afternoon.
And John's got himself
21.
on that red that I mentioned. He was trying to get round on because he knew if he potted that he would bring the black into play. It's not going to last much longer, this frame, but it is the longest frame of the match so far. But there was some excellent safety play.
$29.
So this is frame ball, but he'll certainly want to pot at least 3 more reds to keep Mark Selby from coming back. I don't want to get involved in a safety battle
30.
when Mark Selby's playing for snookers. This puts him 66 in front, obviously the red and black. 74, so Mark Selby might carry on. 74 behind with 51 on.
36.
So can he get an angle on the black to bring other reds into play? He's got the angle.
37.
Played it very well.
44.
Not enough there for a century,
45.
but he's cueing beautifully at the moment.
This is how I played against Mark Allen, Dennis, isn't it? In the earlier rounds.
52.
Yeah, Mark Allen was outstanding, it has to be said. John was
53.
even better. Watch out, there's a wizard about. He's introduced as the Wizard of
60.
Wishaw.
Yeah, it's already had breaks of 1-4, 163, and now this in the last 3 frames.
61.
He's looking very good at present. Play this 2 cushions in between yellow and brown. This is perfect.
68. $70.
There was a tournament earlier
73.
in the season in China, and he was 7 each with Stuart Bingham, and I watched it, and he finished the match with 3 century breaks to win 10-7. I mean,
77.
this season he's played as well as he's ever done.
$82. $88.
Absolutely magnificent from John Higgins, 63 in the previous frame, and that magnificent clearance of 95 in that frame. He goes 2 clear now. It's 4-2.